Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night, the Real Life Talk Show. And I am here with my special guest. I am Brigitte, for those that don't know. Hey, y'all. Come on in. And this is my special guest, Linnea.
I'm Nay. How you doing?
AKA is Nay, honey. See, I'll let her allow you out to call her Nay. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Nay.
Yes, just Nay. Not Nay, just Nay.
Come on, make that clear. Y'all don't know her well enough to call her Nay. It's just Nay. N-A-Y. Okay? Because most people can't say Linnea. It's spelled L-Y-N-A-Y-A. So it looks like Linnea. But somebody ain't gonna call no name.
Linnea. Linyana.
Yes.
Linnea.
Linnea. Hey, Pastor. It's ladies' night. And we're feeling right. And it is singles night. Hey, what a night.
We're gonna do all the single ladies.
All the single ladies. And the single men.
And single men.
The single, the single, all y'all. Come on in. If you're married, come on in, because we want you to tune in to the Real Life Talk. Welcome. I have my special guest here tonight. I'm so excited. She is near and dear to my heart. We go back like two flats on a Cadillac. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like
crayons,
this.
right?
Like this. Yes.
Like Cabbage Patches. Yeah.
Cabbage Patch dolls. The fat crayons. Big eraser pencils. All that good stuff. What is that paper? The paper that we had in school. The brown paper. They had the lines.
Your memory better than mine.
What we
construction paper.
Is it the construction paper? No, it's y'all know what I'm talking about. That we had that brown paper and it had the little lines. It helped you to.
Her memory better than mine.
Composite. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
That paper.
That paper right
there. Y'all know the paper.
Okay. Yes. Hey, my sister Amanda. Welcome.
Hello.
Guys, go ahead and start sharing.
Hi, sister.
Go ahead and start sharing. Welcome, YouTubers. I'm so glad that you guys have tuned in. You know it's Wednesday night. It is Community Talk. We have some good stuff for you tonight.
Real good.
We have some real good conversation. We got a great panel for you and all that good stuff. So come on, start sharing. I like what Katina said on Tuesday night. She said, when you share, put in the feed that I shared or something like that. Like, let us know that you shared. Let us know that you're doing it. Hey, okay, hey y'all. Let us know that you are sharing with us, okay?
Ellie said handwriting paper.
Handwriting paper? There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
They don't use those kind of good things anymore.
We don't have that.
Children don't even write in cursive no more.
I saw that.
They barely can print.
I was like, are we not learning how to write in cursive anymore?
They can speak it into their phone, transfer it onto the computer, onto a Word document, and print it out.
I'm a sharer. That's what it is. Thank you, Yolanda. I'm a sharer.
Yay.
So y'all just gonna be yes. So Trazy, let me tell you about my Trazy.
I love Trazy.
But Trazy, but we call her Trazy.
Okay. I love her.
See, I know Marvin is lingering on. He is, and let me tell you, right?
He had
just before we even started, I put out there that I kind of wanted the theme music of Single Ladies, and I said, you know what, that might be a little bit too Marvin. It's too much of a little young Marv. I ain't want to be that carnal.
It's okay.
It's a little bit,
just
but
a little carnal.
I knew we couldn't play the video.
Carnal is too much.
I was just gonna have the music in the background. Just a tad bit. Thank y'all. I see y'all sharing these names. It's gonna be great. Thank you all for coming in. Again, YouTubers, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Real Life Talk. Nay, how does it feel to be on the set?
Listen, all day I was like, oh Lord, but it's just something about the lights.
It is.
The lights, camera, action. How you doing? How you doing?
Yes.
I'm all right.
It's comfy, it's cozy, and it's
the couch is real
it's
nice.
TV.
We had some grapes and some pineapples.
Pastor said that we can have
some hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, What you say, Tracy? We don't want nobody twerking. No,
that's what
exactly.
happens.
Because, honey,
When that beat
you
drop.
already know. When the beat drop, you already know. Okay.
Yep.
You
The
ready to
shoulders
go?
gets going,
You ready
and
to
then
go? Speaking of which, shout out to Young Marv. We love you. We love you.
I miss you already.
Miss you already,
Lord.
baby. What am I gonna do with the?
I know. Hold it on.
I need the Shayas. Okay, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need to hear that every now and again. I'm gonna just call him for a Shaya every now and again. And London, England.
London.
Shout out to you,
Yes.
my sister, my
Miss you.
beautiful one. Yes, yes, yes. We holding it down for you on tonight.
Best pastors in the world.
Hey. Yes, we miss you, Marv. We definitely miss you.
Yes.
Marv, young Marv
He'll be back.
already. He ain't going nowhere.
You gonna do a feature, a special guest. You ain't gonna be that busy.
Actually, we're going to have young Marv do some segments. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Where in the World is Carmen San Diego?
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Yes. Yes.
Like, Lord, was that?
I know. Did y'all hear that? Yes.
He can do a little something while he there.
We're going to do
Yeah,
like
that'd be good.
Where is Marv Now or Young Marv,
How does it feel
in New
where he
York.
at? That's good.
So stay tuned. We got a lot of good stuff for you on the Real Life Talk and with everything that goes on Lifeline. So make sure you always stay connected. I love you all. You all are putting these names and it is going to be a
Share.
great show. It's
Tag.
already. Tag everybody. Share. I am a sharer because sharing is what? Caring. We need to make a
That's all it's
song.
about.
Sharing is caring.
Caring.
Nay and I
I'll
used
take
to
the
make up
high.
our own little songs back in the day, honey. We had our baby dolls,
We had 2 saucers as the
two
symbol.
sauces.
We had the lunchbox as the drums.
Yes.
And there used to be these things called some hit sticks. Then when you hit them, it do the do 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
And we sit and just make up beats and songs.
Just make it up.
And you get whatever you need for a mic, right?
Oh, anything.
And
The hanger,
how
whatever.
were we were real little.
Little, very little.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The doll probably stood tall as
Yeah.
we did.
Dee
Dee.
Amanda
she
know
had
about Dee Dee.
Uh-huh. Shout out to Dee Dee. Okay, guys, we do have some topics that we want to talk about when to
Yes.
kind of get ready for our our community talk tonight, which I said, again, we have a great panel. If you guys were here for the Pajama Jam, all my winning women, make some noise out there. If you were here for that, you know we had a great panel. The men showed up and single and married and all that good stuff. But tonight is all dedicated to the unmarried. Are you unmarried? If you unmarried, say, that's me. Okay?
No
say
ring
that's
on it
me.
yet.
No ring on it.
Put a ring.
He ain't put a ring on it.
I have a ring, but it's some eyeglasses. Y'all can't see it really.
Oh,
It's some
okay.
glasses. I really wear glasses.
They cute.
But
Mm-hmm.
until then,
Yes.
I'm gonna just decorate it.
She said I need the single season to be at least 2
2
weeks. Come
Listen.
on. Me too. And you know what? We sometimes get gypped. I feel like
Yeah.
I was having this
All the
conversation with
time.
somebody. Single people sometimes get gypped. But we're not going to gyp you tonight, okay? We're
gonna
not going to
try.
gyp you
Try to
tonight.
get in as much as we
here.
can.
Come on.
So
Come on.
put the questions
Yes.
in the comments
No,
tonight.
right.
You know.
No ringy, no thingy.
Come on.
Beep, 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 beep.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yes. Okay, yes. Okay, on a serious note, guys, first, we know that our world is
Upside down.
upside down. Yet again, we have another massacre shooting, and we definitely want to send our prayers out,
Yes.
our condolences and our prayers, our thoughts to the families of all of the victims, and it's just everybody that was
Affected by it.
Man, yes.
Yeah.
I have seen so many news clippings, and we heard the president speak and all of that. And for those that don't watch the news like me sometimes, however, when certain things happen, I do go and look it up and say, hey, what did I miss? I did see when I was out somewhere, the TV was on and the president was on. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? But there was another shooting on yesterday. 18-year-old Salvador Ramos opened fire at Robb Elementary School in Texas, killing 19 children and 2 teachers and wounding 17 others. Earlier that day, it even said that he wounded his 66-year-old grandmother. So let us continue to pray for our nation. This is truly, truly, it's just unspeakable. And it's like we keep, have to make these announcements and all of that, and it's heart-wrenching. But I want you, because on Sunday we will talk about this, so make sure you tune in to the Real Life Talk Show on Sunday morning. We will talk more about the recent shootings, even the elderly shooting in New York, in the store. Everybody's being targeted.
It's a lot that happened in just this 1 week. In this month period, you come out of COVID, and then you still have all of these different attacks, and it's too much. It's a lot.
Way too much. We believe that God is peace, and that He will comfort, that they will receive God's love and God's peace during this time. Tries to say, this is sad and ridiculous with these babies, and you can't. I know we're going to go in just a little bit into it. You start thinking about your own. Right. I was watching one of the news clippings, and he said, hey, it makes you think about your own child. I take my baby to the bus every morning. And it was so crazy because even yesterday, he gets home every day at the same time, and he was a little late. And instantly I was like,
right, your mind wanders and goes to the worst place. The worst,
unfortunately. Like, wait a minute, what's happening? What's going on? That little boy was outside. I thought I could stay outside a little bit, but just imagining, just trying to fathom, waiting. I saw people waiting to hear. So
for hours.
Oh, Jesus. Tune in to the Real Life Talk Show. We will talk more on that subject, but I do want us to make sure that we continue to keep everyone involved in prayer.
Yes.
Amen. Thank y'all. Okay. So again, we do have a good night, a good show. We want to talk about dating, waiting, and this is for our panel, dating, waiting, and life after marriage. It's going to be good. Some of you out there may be waiting, dating, and life after marriage.
And contemplating.
And
just living the single. Where's it?
Life. I'm sorry, y'all. We make everything a song.
Everything is a song.
Everything is a song. If you segue into any word, trust and believe a song is going to come after. Okay.
But I feel like it's going to be good. They have a good panel tonight.
Yes.
I saw a few people that came in.
Yes.
Like, okay, different perspectives, and we hopefully get to hear in depth.
Yes.
Their experiences, what they've been through, some advice maybe, because I have no advice. I have all the questions. Ain't that what Lorenz said? I just have all the questions.
All the questions. All the questions. And on the Pajama Jam, just to go back to that a little bit, we did have some really good comments.
Okay.
Really good comments from our single and our married. Okay. So we did get, but from the single aspect of it, we had some really, really good comments, and we got some great surprises tonight too. We got some people from Lifeline, some people that's not. So it's gonna be good, y'all.
It's good to get some outside people.
It is. Get a different perspective. See what everybody else is thinking about. How they are operating in this single life. Because we are living single.
Okay.
We're not in the 90s, however. Okay, so next.
What happened, girl?
And I want to ask you all too, what y'all think about, let's start with online dating first.
Girl, online dating.
Let's talk about online dating.
Making up profiles, putting up 3 or 4 pictures. What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? Swipe left, swipe right. Inbox at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just phone ding ding. If your phone go off, some people go off. But I'm just saying, online dating, is it a yay or nay?
Is it a yay or a nay for you? Online dating is of the devil.
Listen,
it is scary.
It is.
Ebony, yes, my sister. It is.
You
scary.
get all the Bushwick bills,
honey.
First thing.
Are you gonna get catfish? First of all, if you got your pictures up there, please have a current picture. don't be putting pictures
Right.
up there from high school or, you know,
Right.
when you was, you know, doing your thing and all that.
Or pictures of you and your friends. Like,
Oh,
I
my
don't know which
goodness.
one it is. Which one? Is it the one on the end in the middle?
Exactly.
I don't
See,
know.
them the type of people I feel like don't really, they're just on there just to either troll or just to see what they can get.
Yeah.
Because, yes, my friends had pushed, I'm going to blame it on my friends, okay?
Right.
They had pushed me.
I was pushing her.
At one point. Mm-hmm. It's a nay for you? Okay.
nay.
Okay. And see, that's the whole thing. I always like, look, I'm old school. I ain't going online. I don't care what the way of the world is doing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You just want to be in the grocery store and be like,
Man.
oh, look at this orange. Oh, excuse me. Oh, how are you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Brigitte. You just want to like, just
Exactly.
natural, you know? Like, oh, let me get the door for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank
Just,
you. For it.
you know, old school way, we meeting face to
It
face.
happen like that all the time.
It unfortunately, it doesn't.
Your husband could be in Australia. You never know.
Who knows? Who knows?
And that's what keeps me intrigued, because you never know where he may be. But for right now, I don't know.
I don't know either.
We're just gonna have to wait.
We gotta
Might
wait
just go to
and see.
Australia.
Okay, so what she say? Honestly, I personally believe people are more so looking for sex.
That is true.
And not
A
long-term
hookup.
relationships. That is a good. See,
I'd rather drink battery acid before. Listen,
not Trashy Jazzy. Come on now.
listen. You know what? I've done multiple sites. Let me be transparent. And it's just after a while you get tired of doing them, and it not coming up with anything, or you having to deal with the booger bears and you know the
Exactly.
people that's lurking.
Exactly.
So you're tired of doing it,
Yes.
and you do get the crazies. But
No.
for some
Jazz-
people, it may work.
It worked for. Look what Jazzy Lou say. I slid into my honey's DM 11 years
Listen.
ago.
And it worked.
And it worked. And I do know of some people who are, one of my friends that was pushing me, she met her guy during COVID, because a lot of online dating was going on in COVID. And they are still going strong.
That's good.
But she did tell me she had to kiss a lot of frogs first before she got
And I'm tired of frogs.
to him. Honey, I don't want to kiss not another frog. Okay. Okay. So what do y'all? Okay. So you're saying that online dating is a nay. It's scary.
It is.
Like you said, that whole putting together your profile.
Yeah.
Then you got to figure out which picture you want to put up.
Right. Exactly. And then you go on there looking for something, and then the wrong thing is looking for you. No matter how much good you put on there, people are on there just trying to profile you to see exactly how they can take advantage of you.
True.
And that's the scary part of it, because you
True
don't
that.
know out of these 20 people that you just liked, which one of these are the one, or if it's even the one.
right.
But it is like take a chance.
Right.
Just
Take a
get out
chance,
there.
honey. Take
you
a
know,
chance.
try
You know?
it. I say just try it.
Yes.
If it don't work, it's not for you. It's okay.
You
Then
know.
just go to the grocery store more often.
Honey, in the
Okay.
gas station. I don't know why I,
don't
kept
know.
feeling like I'm
Where
going to
did
go
you
to the
go?
gas station one day. Because you know what? A lot of guys do try to holler
Right.
at me at the gas station. But it'd be
Can't
like,
pump my gas.
no, baby. Oh, I'm okay.
Right. And I'm
okay.
not a damsel in distress type person.
Right.
So
True.
it's hard for me to be like, excuse me, can you? No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Unless I'm too short and I can't, reach something, then I'll look for
Right.
somebody. That's about it.
Now, we had this conversation a little bit ago, and they had made a comment about why they don't ask. She wanted to ask questions like, do you love the Lord?
Listen.
Come on,
Because
get
let me
into
tell
that.
you what I've realized in my singleness
Uh-huh.
is exactly what I'm attracted to. What piques my curiosity or my interest. And conversation. When I was
Yes.
younger, it was like, oh, he fine, girl.
Yes.
I want him. But now it's like, he cute. But do you believe in the Lord? Is he your Lord?
Yes.
Because on the dating sites, it's some beautiful men.
Yes.
And then you scroll, everything, all the check marks. And at the bottom it say atheist.
Atheist.
Or something else. Nevertheless, they don't believe in the Jesus that I believe
That
in.
I know and
okay?
love.
That died for my sins.
Huh.
And what I'm not about to do is try to convert you.
At all.
You feel me?
We don't
I done
need-
raised my child. I'm good.
I'm going to be a disciple. And I'm gonna tell you about the love of the Lord, but that's
but me leaving and you not going to church, like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, so
I can't.
That whole like and I used to say, okay, so online dating, is it okay? Because I was like, okay, you don't know. My fear was you don't know these people, you don't know. Then I was like, well, you really don't know the guy in the grocery store either.
At all.
You don't know the guy
but you can see them.
Right. Now they do have it now where if you go online, you can video chat them and call them and things like that. So they do have it now more available for you to see if you're getting catfished. Because a lot of people do catfish you out here. But it is still kind of edgy. It's a little, it's on the fence.
Take a chance.
Take a chance, honey. Take a chance. We're single.
If not, if it doesn't work for you, then delete the profile, everything.
Easily delete it. I always say we as women need to stop being superficial and start being spiritual. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Do you go to church on a regular basis?
And do you serve?
Oh, come on.
That's another thing.
That's
because
good.
I serve. I tithe. And I don't want to have a conversation or argument with you about me tithing. Or you not tithing. You don't know why your life is in shambles because you're not doing what I've seen work. Okay?
Honey.
And I don't want to have to explain this to you over and over. It's good if you have a common interest.
Yes, absolutely.
And then we can talk about it. Like, I want to come home and talk about church.
I had good relationships that we did connect with talking about church. Because when you do have someone, and I'm not saying that because some of these church boys.
Listen.
Can we have a moment of silence for some of the churchy?
I was told just because I go to church don't mean I'm a church boy. I was like, okay.
So that's why I love when you said, do you serve too? Because you're involved in your church.
Exactly.
Because like you said, just because you go to church every Sunday
don't mean
that the Jesus in me is in the Jesus in you.
Right.
Okay.
and not to get too deep, it's not just about that.
No.
But just exactly what do you do on a daily basis, on a regular? What did you do for COVID?
Yes.
Just good conversation.
Do you love your mother?
Listen.
Do you have issues with women?
Listen.
Tracy, you need to be on this couch with us,
honey.
You
adopted?
Yes. There you go. That's good. That's good.
Have you ever been married? Or better yet, are you in a relationship? Or does someone think that you're in a relationship with them?
I always say that. Can anybody out there claim you?
Exactly.
Because, people try to be, that's when that whole situationship and all that stuff that people try to say, away with all of that.
Are you renewing your mind on a daily basis? Do you tithe and give offerings? Because we'll tithe but not give offerings. And then do you donate? Do you go out into the community? What else do you do? Outside of just going to church?
Pastor always said, we go to the Red Lobster and we go to the movies and we talking about what's your favorite color. At our age, I feel like we should be asking those types of questions.
Definitely.
How
many children do you have?
Yes, come on.
Legally.
And are you claiming all of them? How much child support, if any, you have to pay?
Because if this works, I don't need them coming after me.
Honey, because they will.
For real.
They will. You say 3 and a possible 6.
Listen. And then they just pop up out of nowhere. Daddy, no.
Honey, out the van.
Like, wait a minute.
Get away from my daddy. Let me tell you, if I'm on a date and somebody kid come outside of a van talking about get away from my daddy.
I'm like, lift, please.
Okay, so Nay, give us an experience. Can you give us an experience of a bad date that you may have had?
Oh my God. So I had got dressed up. I had bought this cute little outfit.
Too cute.
I was reluctant to go on the date. Red flags. Listen, when you get that something in your shundo, follow it. And I wasn't supposed to go, but I went. Hadn't been on a date in a while. Got there. Conversation was great. Everything was good. But when he realized that I was going home, he said, all I brought was $45.
Ooh.
I said, oh, okay.
Shut your mouth.
Well, that's how much you gonna pay. And then he didn't have no money now to get the car out of the garage. And he had drank too much. I say, I'll drive. Baby, I drove through all of the red lights. I drove through all of the what's the thing that catch you when you're driving too fast? I went through them all.
So
I was like, yeah, he got a nice little ticket. So when we pulled up to my house, I was like, oh, boo-boo, have a good night. I got out the car and I went on in the house. That
How you gonna tell me?
And I saved his name as Mr. $45 date, and I made sure I blocked him.
I know you need to be on this couch, girl. Baby, I know you got
That's
stories
just
after
one
stories
story.
after stories after stories.
We be here all day if I tell y'all these stories. Because even though you're single, you still want to try today.
You do.
Be open.
Yes.
Take some time to yourself.
Yes.
Be happily single.
Yes.
Heal.
Yes.
And then be open when you know you're ready.
Yes.
Don't be out here just getting into situationships.
Baby.
Because they...
Come on. No.
We ain't got time for that. And then I'm
They go
older.
nowhere.
So what I was doing in my 20s...
We're not doing that no more. We're not doing
At
that no
all.
more. Everything has changed. Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good tonight, y'all.
It's going to be good, y'all. They getting ready for us.
They getting up there on the
They
panel
getting on the
now.
panel and stuff. I see some guests. Okay.
I did want to be on the panel for a little bit, but I was like, I don't know, Lord. I don't know.
Nay, don't worry. You on this couch with me, honey.
Some people, I'm too real
Y'all
for it.
gonna
Be
see
like,
her
let me tell
again.
y'all what happened.
Angie. What she said? Let's not be a sister of a certain size because they think you go.
Listen. That's a whole
Travis,
nother topic.
That's another topic.
That's why, like you said, this needs to be a couple of weeks. We need
right,
to,
exactly.
You know.
We're going to have a part 2 and 3 and 4.
And then maybe
on
have
this.
a single man as opposed to, a single
Right.
woman.
Yeah. Okay. And we can get the men,
'Cause I'm
right, which
single.
I'm sure we'll get that tonight as well. The men's perspective, because they got lots to say.
They do.
They have lots to say, and we're here to listen. We're here to listen.
I'm
We're here to
excited.
decipher through.
I'm excited.
So, guys, let's go ahead and keep watching. Nay,
Share.
thank you so much for being with me. You must never.
I
Honey.
know, right, Marquis?
Keep
Okay.
watching, guys. Keep watching. We love you. Come on, keep sharing.
Thank you guys
keep
for welcoming
sharing.
me to the
Yes.
couch.
Come on, give it up for
It's a great
Linnea, aka Nay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Hey,
boom,
hey,
boom,
hey.
boom, boom.
All right,
Okay.
y'all. Keep watching. We love you.
Hello, Lifeline. It's time for our community updates. This week at Lifeline Church, on Thursday, we have Lifeline Rewind at 9 p.m. You know, you don't have to do life alone. Life groups are a place where you can grow in your walk with Christ and be connected to the LC community. Make sure you join a life group. Would you like to be baptized? Well, you know, baptism is one of the most important ways to demonstrate our commitment and connection to God. Our next baptism will be on Sunday, June 5th. If you would like to be baptized, please register on our LC website or our mobile app. LC, we are still going strong with our Liberty Offering Super Month. This is a time of sowing when we bring our best gifts to the house and we use it for upgrades, maintenance, and necessary purchases for our Lifeline campuses. And remember, no lack nation. That's who we are. LC family, don't forget that next Sunday, May 29th, is family photos and fellowship here at the church. On this day, immediately following worship service, you and your family will be given the opportunity to take a family photo and fellowship amongst yourselves and the community. Attention 2022 graduates, if you are a Lifeline partner graduating from kindergarten, elementary school, high school, college, or trade school, we want to celebrate you. Join us on Sunday, June 12th at Lifeline Main Campus for Graduation Sunday. All graduates, please register on our LC website or text the word GRAD22 to 54244. Graduates must register by May 29th. Just in case you may have missed something, because we do have a lot going on here at Lifeline, go to our LSOC website to see what you may have missed and more. Also, check out the Real Life Talk Show, which airs every Sunday and Wednesday before service. And remember, Lifeline Church is a place where love flows like a river. Catch the vision by reaching up to God, reaching into your fellow brothers and sisters, and reaching out into the community with the love of God. Now have a great day.
Hey, y'all. Y'all thought we was gone. Y'all thought we was gone. We ain't going nowhere. We could feel the
But y'all
love
needed a little bit
that y'all
more.
wanted just a little bit
Bridget
more.
and Nay.
Come on, the Bridget and Nay show. I'm so hoarse, y'all. I gotta get it together because I gotta sing tomorrow.
We gotta
Praise
find
God.
out
So
something in the morning.
we came back for y'all. Okay.
Yes.
We wanted to keep going. We was like, you know what? We cut that off too soon.
We did.
They love us.
Well, look,
Y'all
we got a
loving
comment.
that.
Can we get
Okay.
one single unsaved man that has one foot in the door and one foot out the door, please?
I like that, Trazy.
Listen.
Can we get a
That's a
single
Pandora's box right there,
unsaved
baby.
man? Because at some point we all were unsaved until
At
we
some point,
received.
yeah.
I was born
glory.
saved. Okay, praise God. I was born in the church. Okay, Jesus already knew my child. You say, but here's the thing. Let's talk a little bit, just a little bit about that too, because when we were talking about the church men, church
yeah.
men,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how I did date a guy that was unsaved, and
Since you've been saved.
since I've been saved,
Okay.
yeah, I was in my 20s. He was in his 20s, and
She has been saved a very long time.
I've been saved
Yeah.
46 years. Yes, born and raised in the church, literally.
Yeah.
And but I dated a young guy, great guy. He had all the personality, all the everything, good,
No boxes.
all that fine, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he did not know the Lord. And in that relationship, and we're talking about 20s, I wanted to just be around him.
Of
I wanted
course.
to smell him. I wanted to see him.
Of course.
And all of that. And I was getting wrapped up. But however,
Losing yourself slowly.
slowly but surely. And I had to pull back and I said, hold on, wait, because we were seeing each other every day for an entire year. We
Okay.
never stopped seeing each other Sunday to Sunday. But I realized, like, we don't have the Jesus in common.
Right.
But he was willing to come to church.
Okay.
He was willing to learn. He was willing to understand. So I believe that when you have someone that is
That's open.
willing,
Yeah.
he didn't have no gripes about
Yeah.
it. He wanted to learn
Right.
more. He wanted to know more. And
Because he
man.
knew that, and that's the thing, when you're in a relationship and you want to be with this person, you change yourself. Don't go into a relationship trying to change somebody. Like, oh, well, if we get together, I'm going to make him do this, or I'm going to
Right.
make her do this, or
Right.
she going to start doing this, or he going to. No. But if that person
Yep.
sees what you like and they want to be the same, they'll begin to change themselves.
Yes.
And they'll realize,
Yes.
like, hey, this is what I miss. You're supposed to upgrade each other.
exactly.
Because that's what I love about
Exactly.
Steve Harvey. He said that he was not Steve Harvey until he met his wife.
His wife.
She upgraded him.
Total upgrade.
But she didn't come in the door trying to change him.
Right.
But he knew in order to
She
be
was a
on her
winner,
level.
though. Honey, he had to make some changes. And I love that, too, when we can benefit. I feel like a lot of mistakes sometimes that we make as women and some men is that we try to change. We try to change that person.
Yeah.
We try to make it like,
Right.
let me fix that, or let me do that. And when you do that, first of all, if they do change, it's temporarily.
Right.
They only doing it for you.
Exactly.
So,
But then you trying to change other folks when you yourself
Honey.
haven't changed. There's some things you got to change about yourself.
What did Pastor
That's
say?
why when you single, you got to work on you.
okay.
So, I think we ready.
I think we ready, y'all. Okay, for real, y'all. We ready.
Y'all
Keep
had enough of
watching.
us?
Y'all love us? Okay, keep
y'all.
watching.
Good evening, Lifeline. How are you? You guys do me a favor. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Welcome to our community talk Wednesday night community talk. Do me a favor, those of you that are online, if you care, share. How about that? Go ahead and share, and do me a favor and start typing people's names in who need to be on here. This is our community. We've been talking about family this month, and tonight you guys are in for a surprise. So what I need you to do is, I need you to share this live. Let's get these numbers up. We enjoyed our real life talk, and so now we're transitioning into our community talk. And so we are looking forward to this discussion tonight. Want to send a special hello to our studio audience. Y'all make some noise. Listen, Lifeline, let me tell you this. If you have not been a part of our studio audience this month or during this time of family teaching, you need to get here on a Wednesday. It's always live. It's going down. They loud. Like, and they behave. It's not like Jerry Springer or nothing like that. So they keep it real calm and sanctified, praise the Lord. And so y'all come on, we need these numbers to go up just a little bit more. So y'all go ahead and tag some people, and then we'll get right into our panel discussion tonight. I am super excited. We have some wonderful, wonderful people that have joined us on our panel tonight. So y'all give me a couple of more shares. Y'all go ahead and speak to one another. Y'all act like we always do. Y'all know how we do. There you go. There you go. There you go. We got Pops Royal. Karen Fletcher is on here. Kimberly Ann is on there. Karen Dobbs. Granny. Hey now. Granny don't miss she don't miss nothing. Granny be tuned in. Hey Granny. Who else we got? We got Marilyn Ross, Tracy Johnson, Amber Moore, Anita Harper, Addie Taylor. Hey y'all. Y'all come on in. We need a few more, and then we're going to jump right into this. There we go. There we go. So listen, tonight we are continuing in our family series, and we are talking to the unmarried this evening. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start to my far right, and we're going to allow the panelists to introduce themselves, and then we're going to get right into this tonight. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ayana. I am 46 years old, and I'm a divorcee.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Reggie. I'm 40 years old, and I am single.
All right.
I am Mimi, and I'm 44, and I'm single and mingling.
Oh, okay.
That's a new category.
Hey y'all. For those that didn't just see me a few minutes ago, I'm Bridget. I am fabulous 46 in this beautiful month of May, and I am a millionaire in the making.
Oh, come on here. To my left.
Hey, so I'm Kay, and I'm here, and I'm weighing my options.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, right next to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lavelle Applewhite. Since we give our ages, it's sanctified, so I can't really say how I would say it. The other day I would say this is a real N-word holiday. Today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
We got a guest panelist on his birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Yes.
How old are you on this day?
I'm 46.
Hey.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Ooh, Lord.
Hello, I am Lawanda, and I am fabulously, and I am mingling.
Amen. So y'all give it up for our panel tonight. I am extremely excited about this. If you guys have not shared, you need to do this because I believe it's going down tonight. We have some questions already prepared. We have a wonderful panel full of open and honest people ready to share their hearts concerning being unmarried. And so let's jump right into this. As it pertains to, and we'll start with Yanni, since you already gave your intro, okay?
All right.
We're going to start, and then we'll just jump in here, okay?
Okay.
As it pertains to being unmarried, relating to your identity, the first question is there such thing as being shamed for being single?
Ooh, I think right after my divorce, I experienced a period of being shamed that's because of just the history of my family. Like, they were married and they were in church, so I didn't want to put the shame on my family. So I think for a period I went through, I didn't want nobody to know that I was actually divorced. But then when I came to myself, and was delivered from the opinions of others, I took the shame off.
Wonderful. Anybody else want to jump in? LaWanda, go ahead.
I want to say, I didn't think about the shame part of being divorced. I thought about the fact that my life was my marriage and my family. That was the identity that my life held. It was about my family. Everything I did was for my family. So becoming divorced was not shameful for me. It was new to me. And so it was like I had to relearn me and get my identity back. So that's where it went.
Anybody else that has been divorced feel like that? Anybody want to jump in that's been divorced that feel like she feels? You want to jump in? No? Lavelle, the question for you. No, I mean, is there shame in being single?
You don't get to start thinking about a relationship or marriage until you actually mature a lot.
Okay.
But coming up first as a guy.
Talk like that.
He said my mic's not on? I can hear myself.
Is that better for him?
Yeah.
We don't have to switch the mic. We're going to get his mic together. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying, so the question is, was there shame in it? No. It's just at a certain point, you get mature enough to not to say to want to be with somebody, but if that happens for you, then you accept it.
Okay. Bridget, you want to jump in?
I felt after a while there was shame, only because you have all these gurus out here that say, oh, if you're 40-something, you're single, you're not married. Like, marriage is the prize. Marriage is the, if you're not married, then you missed your boat kind of thing. Something is wrong with you. You got kids, nobody gonna want you. So at one point, I did feel like, oh, did I miss my boat? Did I miss my opportunity? Like, where was I? What did I, all of that. And that was, I'm like, Yanni, I had to get that. I'm like, that's crazy. Right. But I understand how that could play a part, though, of having that, like, shame on you, like, because marriage is the prize. That's how I was always looking at it. Like, if you're not married, then what are you doing?
Right. Reggie, go ahead, jump in, man.
I think you have to even watch family members when it comes to shaming, because Thanksgiving and Christmas can turn into a mudslinging match. And you'll start resenting seeing your relatives. And so I feel like you have to sometimes put people in their place and speak up. Don't allow them to talk to you any type of way just because you're single. And that includes family.
Kay, you want to add something, or are we moving on?
We're moving on.
Okay. Okay, let's move right along. For those of us that those of you that have been divorced, how does divorce affect your identity and confidence when it comes to dating? If there is such a thing, how does divorce affect your identity and confidence when it comes to dating? Kay, would you like to jump in on this one?
I think for me, I'll speak for myself. Let's own our stuff, right? And so for me, I remember the day that I decided that my marriage was over and I confirmed it with God. I remember not even being able to make the decision, because in my head, I said, if you did this for 20 years wrong, how are you able to make good decisions moving forward?
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
We'll go through that.
So that was huge for me, because it was like, you were loyal to this big, not good thing. And so how can he trust me to make better decisions at this point? And how could I trust myself?
Wow.
So that was a lot to like untangle.
Go ahead, Lavelle. You want to jump in?
I just hello. Give me another mic that's broke.
Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm good. Okay. I just wanted to know how she found out how to trust herself. Then after that.
Who is she? Me? Her?
Yes, you the one
Okay,
speaking.
go ahead and
Yes.
ask the questions then.
Yes, no. So it took me a minute to get to a space and place where I could trust myself, but it's hard because you're so loyal and so committed, and then you're like, but I did this wrong, right? Like,
So how do you date now?
how do I do what now?
Date.
So like, I'm not dating, but let me explain why.
See, you said that twice. So you're dating, but not dating.
So is this where we at in the service?
For those of you that don't know, Mr. Lavelle Applewhite, he is Applewhite. He has a podcast, so he's used to these type of settings and asking questions and things of that nature. So he's a guest, so we're gonna give him the guest privileges, okay? And so go.
So I gotta answer his question. Is what
If
you
you
just
will,
said.
if you're comfortable, if you're comfortable.
What was your question again?
I just wanted to know how do you date?
Oh,
now?
why? Okay, so why am I not dating? Well, we've been in COVID, and in all honesty, I truly did not date, and I didn't put myself out there. I just got a divorce. It took me a long time, like 7 years. Yeah, and so it just happened last year. So this year was the 1 year anniversary of my divorce. So I finally got divorced. So when I got divorced, we were in COVID. So, it's kind of hard to like get back down in COVID. That's been my experience. But I've been open to options, and the options have been really scary. That part.
LaWanda, you wanted to jump in. How does divorce affect your identity and confidence when it comes to dating? If you're dating.
Actually, I waited a year and a half after my divorce.
Okay.
Before I even started. And it was like, 2019, I'm dating.
Oh.
My confidence was here.
Oh.
And I did. And I have been. And I'm great.
Praise God. Anybody else? Anybody else? Mimi, you want to jump in? Okay.
I have no shame on my divorce at all. So I date, and yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that. No.
Okay, it doesn't affect your identity at all. Okay, anybody else want to jump in on this? If you've had a divorce, how does it affect your identity and confidence when you're dating? Those of you that Yanni, you want in or you want?
Well, I guess I'll say something.
Okay.
So I think going through a process of becoming whole again was the long part for me. It took me a minute because I felt like I did it right. I was in church. I did it the way that they told me to do it, and ended up being a flop. So with that, it took me a minute to, again, like Kay said, to trust myself because I felt like I made a bad decision. So when it came to it, I realized that I had to trust God and trust the God in the person that I'm interested in dating. And then I had to ask God really to heighten my gift of discernment, to discern who's around me, discern who I'm spending time with, then ask the question like, what is his intentions towards me? And be okay to hear what he is actually saying and to move when you know what it is.
So anybody else that's been divorced want to jump in? No?
Don't look at me.
Okay, no, I'm just, Darren, you want to add to that?
Sorry, Darian Abrams. I am a divorcee.
Okay.
I'm dating with intentions. As far as your question, as far as how does it affect the confidence? I think with me, it was just a matter of not wanting to make the same mistakes again. So sometimes, you felt, I don't know, fearful at times, and
good word.
And like Kay said, it's bad out there. It's bad. So and then I guess having faith that you will find your mate, the one that God intended you to be with. So
Okay.
yeah.
You mentioned the word fearful. So I want to throw this question out. Is there a such thing as the fear of being alone? Whether you've been divorced or not, this just being single, is there a fear of being alone? Reggie, you want to jump in on this?
I absolutely feel that there's a fear of being alone.
Okay.
But not to get over biblical, but just like any other fear, God has not given us the spirit of fear. So you have to check fear when it comes. You can get afraid when you start having a lot of birthdays come around and those numbers start going up. Fear can start setting in.
Right.
When it's summertime and everybody's booed up and you don't got nobody to go to fireworks with. Fear can start setting in. But at the same time, you just got to be confident in yourself and that your time is going to come just like everybody else.
Anybody has something different. How do you deal? Well, is there everybody agree that there's a such thing as fear of being alone?
For everybody?
Does everybody feel that there is a such thing as fear of being alone? I'm assuming you don't, Lavelle.
Look at his face.
Okay, let me apologize right now. Because, this thing, sometimes my face makes expressions because I'll hear things that I might not totally agree with, but I'm not saying that they're wrong. So with the question that you asked, I wholeheartedly believe there's a fear of being alone.
Okay.
I just don't believe it applies to everybody.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. See, so I talk a lot about me when I'm saying, and I love myself. I'm totally fine with being by myself. I can sit on my couch, watch TV, and I'm fine. I don't have to be I can come to your house, sit on your couch, and you can go, and I'm fine being by myself. So guess what? When the fireworks go, I'm not looking for my boo or anybody like that. If I happen to have somebody with me, I'm great. Now we can build together. But before you can get into a relationship with anybody, you have to be comfortable with yourself. Good. And that's where the fear comes because we're not comfortable with ourselves. So
jump in on that.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. I was one of those married women that went to the movies by myself when I felt like it. Mm-hmm. I went and sat down and ate by myself when I felt like it. Not because I needed a person to be with me. I love me. And I've always loved me to the point where it didn't matter if my husband was there or not. And so that just kind of carried over to, even though I miss my family, it still carried over to the fact that you love you enough to do those things by yourself when you were married. If there was a movie I wanted to see that he didn't want to see, okay. I went to the movies by myself. I worked across the street from the theater, so I didn't even have to go far. Right. And so it's like he was saying, if you have that type of love where you enjoy being by yourself, it's okay. You don't really feel that loneliness. So the fear of being alone didn't set in for me. Okay. It was just like I said, not having my unit. What I was used to.
Go ahead, Kay, and then we'll go to Bridget and then Reggie.
So for me, I was good, but so remember when the children of Israel left and they were like,
come on here. Okay, come on.
When they left and, they were out in the desert and they were like, man, when we were back at the crib, we had meat. They never had meat. They only had what they had, right? And so the reason I bring that up is that's what happened for me. I was good, but what happened is the mind is a very powerful thing and you have to take hold of it at all times. And so there were moments where I thought I was lonely, but I wasn't, because then I had to look back and go, girl, you never had meat. You was always by yourself. You was always rocking and rolling, solo dolo. So now why are you making it seem like it was something that it wasn't? And so that was something that I had to manage with my mindset. I had to really wrap my brain around it. But definitely that happened. But I was like, you was by yourself.
Right. Come on, Bridget and then Reggie. That was good.
And on the flip side of that, I had meat. And I always had meat. And so to not have meat was like, whoa, wait. And I think I had to come to that place though. It wasn't, fear sets in because yes, if you are used to going out, I never had a problem with dating. I never had a problem with I had long-term relationships. So when that was over, it was like, ooh, everything is closing in on me. I got to a point where I was going to the show by myself. And let's talk about the confidence part because I love me too. I love me more than anybody. And so I do understand that when you love you, you know, you could go and you could do, but even loving me, I still was like, I don't want to be at this show by myself, you know, and so that was not all the time, right? So I did go out to eat by myself. I did go to the fireworks, which I would never do again. Go to the fireworks by myself, that was a bad idea. But I did get to a point that even though I was comfortable with me and I set the fact that I'm by myself, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it.
It wasn't fear.
I want to go a little deeper. I think there's more than one fear of being alone because there's more than one type of alone. Sometimes you can be with someone and still be alone. I think the fear can set in personally. The fear has set in from time to time when you connect with someone and you've put yourself out there as a single, but you keep finding the wrong one, or you're not connecting in the right way, and you can tangibly have somebody to go to the fireworks, but still feel alone while you're there.
Yes.
So then fear can kind of set in and be like, am I ever gonna find my person? Is there anybody out there that's gonna connect with me? So there's more than one type of being alone.
So let me ask this question. What does the word content mean when you're single? What does the word content mean for you when you're single? Anybody could jump in.
That I love being with me.
Okay.
In our actuality, content when you're dating as a man, it keeps you single. I'm saying because of the fact when you're content, when you're trying to talk to a female as a man and she asks you what you're looking for, with being content, your answer is, I'm not looking for anything. I'm looking for wherever this goes. But if you tell a female or woman that you're not looking for anything, in her head, you're looking for sex and you don't want to say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she can't build anything with you. So since you're not looking for anything, since you're not dating with intentions, and I hate that you said that.
His whole body exploded.
I hate that you said that. But if you're not doing that, you're not worth her time. So since now that I'm content with me and I'm not searching for something, we can't build anything together.
So, okay. Go ahead.
I think those are just words.
Okay.
I think they are words, but guess what? Men are not as attached to the words as women are. So when we say it to you, I'm penalized for it.
And I get it. So if you want different results, shouldn't you do something different?
So now what you're saying is, since I want different results, I shouldn't be content with me.
No, I am not. I said words.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't be honest when she asks me what I want.
I didn't say that either.
So how can I do something different?
Would you like to ask me what I think?
What do you think? What do you think?
You're ready. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if you understand that the translation of what you said translates differently for a woman, and if you desire or if you have interest in her beyond sex, wouldn't you change how you communicate it? You would change your words. So you don't have to say you're dating with intent, but saying that you're not looking for anything says that this is not going to go anywhere, which means you're going to waste my time. Bye.
But in the same sense, right. But in the same sense, if I tell you, because the words are not, I'm not looking for anything. The words are, you know what I'm saying, I'm open to wherever this goes.
That's not what you said. Is that what he said, studio audience?
At the end.
Lavelle, welcome to Lifeline.
No, because watch out. I'm going to tell you this here. Because what just happened was what she told me wouldn't happen if I explained it, because she didn't listen to my whole statement. She heard one part of it and took what she wanted and automatically labeled me with that. And so now, guess what? I'm not worth your time, so bye.
Bridget, jump in, Bridget. Jump in.
I forgot what the question was.
Here's there. What does it mean to be content when you're single? What does that mean?
Oh, when you're in a place of satisfaction, for me, when you are in a place of right here, right now, I am cool, I am good, I am fine, I'm not looking for more or less, I am stable at where I am, I'm satisfied here. That's, for me, that's content.
Okay, jump in. Somebody else jump in. Content. What does content mean?
I agree. It's at a place where you are okay being where you are.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say that you aren't doing anything, because you can be content and still, wanting more. Correct. But it's just I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not sad or anything. I'm not bothered by being single. I'm happy where I'm
Cool.
at.
Go ahead, Dorian. You want to walk in, Darian?
I would say, yes, I would agree with Yanni and Bridget. I know with me, I went through a period after my divorce where I needed to be by myself because it was some things that I knew I needed to heal from and become whole in. And so I knew if I didn't do that, I was going to be damaging to everyone else I would have come across, relational-wise. So just you hear the term enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, celebrate the tiny victories, so I took joy in that. It took me some time, like you said, you don't want to go to places by yourself all the time, things like that. You see other couples, and then social media, oh my goodness. You see everybody else booed up and hey, all that stuff. So you go through those periods of wanting to have that companionship with someone. However, like I said, I just had to really get to a point and just be real with myself and say, hey man, you need some help. You need to fix some stuff.
Content. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
I agree with Darian because I did the same thing. Like I said, I waited 1.5 years, but during that 1.5 years, I worked on me. Okay. And I allowed the Lord to work on me. And I went to therapy and I got some good counseling because I knew where my heart was as far as, and I knew how I felt about the institution of marriage. And so that's what helped me to move forward. I probably wouldn't have, if I had jumped right back in, it wouldn't have been good for me.
Right. Mimi, you want to jump in? What does content mean while you're single to you?
To me, content is just happy where I'm at. I run into different type of people and, date and see if there are any connections. And I just don't settle just to be in a relationship. So I haven't claimed anybody in years, because I'm like, yeah, this is not for me, and I'm content with that.
You content with that? So we thought about anybody else before we move on, because I want to throw this out because we talked about this in the back. Anything else? Okay. Is there such thing as the gift of singleness? Is there such thing as having the gift of singleness? Jump in. Whoever want to jump in.
I would probably just say Paul from the Bible. That's all I know. That's the first that come to mind. Yeah.
What would that actually? What is that supposed to be? The gift of
if you don't believe it's a thing, it's cool. But those people that may think that, you can comment on it. I just want to know: do you think that there's a gift of single? Like I have the gift to be single. I don't have to be with nobody. Do you think that that's a thing, or do you believe in that? Is that such a thing? The gift of being single. Go ahead, Reggie.
So the way I've heard it described, it's very churchy, by the way. So whoever came up with that question, they straight from the altar. But the way I've heard it growing up in church, it's like the gift of being single is when you don't have to be necessarily concerned about someone else's schedule or being worried about can you get permission to do something.
Okay.
It's pretty much like you're free. If you want to travel, you got the gift of being single. And if you want to travel for 2 weeks, it's no big deal because you don't have to come back to nobody at the house. If you're trying to get your coins straight, which you should be doing if you're single or married, but at the same time, sometimes you can go after it a little more aggressively when you're single, because you still have to be concerned about spending quality time when you have a mate. So that's the gift.
Anybody else want to jump in that just before we start talking about dating and sex?
Oh, well, I can say, I guess I had the gift of being single, but mine came, it was a gift for me to be able to self-evaluate. I've had 3 relationships in my life, long term. Each one of them I thought was going to end in marriage. And when they didn't, after a while, I had the foresight to say, okay, if those 3 didn't work, it couldn't always be something wrong with her. So let me see what I'm doing wrong, what's going on this side of the fence. And so I guess that gift was to say, okay, hey, look, slow down, little boy, fix yourself. And then after that, maybe you'll get into something going on if that's what's meant for you.
Good. Anybody else?
I think everybody experienced some form of singleness, a gift of singleness. Some may go longer than others, but I don't have that gift.
Me either.
But I think, to your point, Reggie, I think there's a space and place. Like, I remember, like, the running around and the doing everything for everybody. And I remember in those moments when I wanted, I'm like, ooh, I just want to get up and eat, and my family has eaten. Or I got dressed and I can walk out the door. I don't have to lay out your clothes, they clothes, his clothes, her clothes. I don't have to do all of that. And so now I get to have what I said that I wanted then. I have it now. So I can get up and get dressed and it's me. If I need to stay late for work, I get to. If I need to go to an event and they're like, hey, can you make it? I can make it. And I don't have to go, can somebody pick up and can you drop off and can, I don't have to do mental gymnastics. And so I think that's the gift. But I think one of the things I'm learning is to enjoy this moment. Not the next one, this actual one. And if I can just do that, it makes me a better person mentally.
Good. Anybody else want to jump in there? So, everybody good? Question. For those of you that are single and not seriously dating, how active should you be in the process of finding a mate? Do you feel like you should be active, or do you think you should leave it all up to God? Do you have a checklist? You know what I mean? Because, a lot of people say, the Lord knows my heart, so he's going to give me the desires of my heart. So I want tall, dark, handsome businessman, check, 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 check. But God is saying you need short with 3 teeth. Does that, okay, how do you process that? Okay. Anybody?
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question.
Hey, I'm not trying to make this a 3-day talk either, but I mean, because you said in there seriously dating. But what does it mean to date anyway? What is dating?
You asking me?
I'm asking period, because see, for clarity, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can give you clarity,
dating
but
mean,
it'll be from my
like
perspective.
one person, or what is dating in that
So-
sense?
It is not.
Okay, go ahead, Mimi. You wanna elaborate on that? Go ahead. That was strong. So we're gonna let you elaborate on that.
To me, dating just means to try to get to know people that you are interested in or think you are interested in based on your physical attraction, and see if there is something deeper, a deeper connection. And you don't have to single it out. You don't have to date only one person, because if your intention is to find your good thing, right? You don't want to just, I don't want to call it waste time, but you don't want to limit yourself and be in a single relationship and really acting like you're in a relationship and still single with one person. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Who else? See, what was your question again, Lavelle? I want to be clear. What is dating?
What is dating?
Okay, go ahead, Reggie.
Dating is simple. It's collecting data. You trying to see, what type of person is in front of you. And I agree with her that while you're collecting data, nobody has locked you down. Correct. You're still on the shelf. So
Reggie,
yeah.
how much data should you be collecting from individuals at one time?
I feel you have to be reasonable, right?
Okay.
I feel like 2 to 3 is fine.
2 to 3.
Do everybody
2 to 3.
know that you're dating 2 to 3?
Absolutely, they should know.
That's good.
I believe they should be dating 2 to 3 as well.
Right. So
If they're serious about finding somebody, because I think we have put all the eggs in the basket too quick.
wow.
And people feel like they got you lock and key too quick. And then they start treating you differently after they feel like they got you lock and key. But if someone comes in the door knowing that you are not the only one, I'm collecting data on you, they will treat you differently. They're gonna present themselves a certain way. So I think it's just collecting data.
Who else got something on it? I've never heard this before in church.
Listen.
For the record, I've never heard this before in church. Because I grew up,
serial daters.
it was holiness. You wasn't dating 2 or 3 people, right? Hey, listen. My wife.
It was really big in the church. It was really big
Listen,
in the church.
It was big in the church, but you weren't supposed to let people know it.
Right.
So we in the time now, ladies and gentlemen, where you can let people know, just so you know. We on a date.
It seems
but
like
I'm
my friend
collecting
next
data.
to me
So
has
when
a
you see
difference
me in
of
the
opinion.
streets, don't trip.
So don't.
Don't trip.
LaWanda, go ahead, jump in
Get that
here.
on TikTok.
Go. Go ahead. About dating. Hit that dating piece for me.
I agree. I don't keep options open,
Okay.
but I keep options.
Oh.
So no. I will date one person, but people always in the inbox, the DM.
Wait a minute. The numbers just jumped up by 10
and they
people.
know.
Oh,
and they
wait a
know,
minute, Lord
they
Jesus.
They'll know that I'm dating. And I'll say I'm dating, so I don't tell them that they have an open door to me. But if I'm not dating, I'm gonna let them know I ain't dating no more either.
Ooh, times have changed. Anybody else? Jump. Go ahead.
I think I'm with you.
If I'm
with that.
interested, I'm sorry. If I'm interested.
Okay.
I grew up same as you. You get that one person and that person gonna come to you. You don't come to them.
Mm-hmm.
If the man like you, he gonna come to you. Don't you go. You ain't gotta do no flips and dips and all of that. He gonna come to you. And the thing is, with having that option or whatever, how when you said that, like, okay, I'm dating, because if I do know that you're dating 3 people, whatever, then my interest might be like, okay, he on something else. Let me move forward. Even though we're dating, and dating is collecting the data, going. I just want to know, how does that look? Because most of the men that I meet don't say I'm dating. They make it like you're the interest.
Yeah. Can I
And they're lying to you.
Hold on. Go ahead.
That's
Reggie then Lavelle. Go ahead, Reggie. You want to respond to that? Go ahead.
I can respond?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they lying to you, boo. They dating. They just not telling you. And I think transparency is good when you meet someone. I think we should get to the level where we're not intimidated or back down because of that, because you have something original that you can bring. And the thing about that is, look, you're going to shine outside of all of the others. So, but as far as a guy just telling you, he'll tell you whatever you need to hear at the time. I honestly feel that as a man or a woman, but I want to just help my single sisters for a minute. You should assume that he's talking to someone else. Just trying to be honest. Assume that, because if you all are brand new, come on, this brother's been talking to everybody that's beautiful, okay? But he's trying to make a connections, and he's trying to make as many opportunities as possible to find the right one. So he's not going to do that one at a time. He's going to do that maybe 2 or 3 at a time.
Okay.
Because honestly, sometimes as quickly as they come, that's as quickly as they can go. Our first date might be our last date. So you're trying to tell me I'm going to do one at a time and then find out that you crazy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Like,
I got it. Bridget, did you want to respond to him before I go to Lavelle? Go ahead, Lavelle.
All I want to say is, I think what we need to realize is dating is not synonymous with sex. And the issue that people have with you dating multiple people is because we automatically assume that means we're sleeping with multiple people. And dating does not mean I'm having sex with people. It means that I am weighing my options to see who I like, to see who's going to be right for me, to see who I can build a life with. That's the reason that we date multiple people. Because guess what? I might meet Mimi, and like we might like each other as soon as we meet. We go on a date. That first date might be lovely. Because guess what? I'm going to meet her representative. I'm not going to meet Mimi. I'm going to meet who she want me to meet. It's going to take a couple of them dates for me to say, oh, no, I don't think I like that. But them couple dates while I'm going on with her, guess what happened? I done missed her because I said I'm supposed to be monogamous while I'm dating. And the one who was supposed to be made for me, I let that go past because I've been taught that I'm only supposed to date one person at a time. I can only get to know one person at a time. This is my boat.
That's interesting. LaWanda, jump in. I see you shaking.
I still, like I said, I talk to other people. I don't date them all the time, but they know that I'm dating one person.
Now, let me say this. We need to understand that we're in a time where your definition is your definition. And so whenever you're dating with whoever you're dating, you need to find out, what is this? What is your definition? That way you know up front. I just thought I'd throw that in. Go ahead, Reggie, then we'll go with Kay.
I agree. I just want to...
And then Yanni, did you have something? Okay, go ahead.
I want to piggyback on what the brother was saying as far as not having sex, because I feel like that frees everybody up. Because once you spread them legs, they think you yours or that's mine.
Ownership.
So, ownership. But if you say, look, we ain't doing that, so they still in that mind frame. I gotta chase. I gotta do something to get this girl. All right, I got to do something. So she not dating 3 people. She's dating only me.
The pursuit.
So
go ahead, Kay.
I have a question.
Okay.
So
who's the question for? Because it can't be for me.
It's for us. And so my question is
Do we have, I'm sorry, y'all got questions online. Pastor Keisha, can you get those while we go ahead? Go ahead, Kay.
So my question is, because you said it's about, when you define dating, you were saying like you are dating that one person and you can't do nothing, you can't do no cartwheels or nothing. You just gotta wait. So I have to wait. Hear me, please. I have to wait to be chosen. Don't I get a say in this?
Yeah.
Okay, the question was, doesn't she get a say? Are you playing or you serious? Oh, he kidding. Okay.
This is the thing.
Because I thought we was finna have a fight.
This is the thing.
You don't tell black women what
you get
to
a
do.
say in who you're dating.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't get a say in who you get into a relationship with.
Wait, what?
You don't.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Men decide relationships. Women decide sex. And that's basically a woman decides if we're going to have sex.
I get that,
the
but
man who you're with decides
Wait, let him finish,
if
Kay.
you're
Go
going
ahead.
to be in a relationship. So the dating issue is different. But once it gets to a point to decide if you two are going to be together, guess what? The man is going to decide if y'all going to be in a relationship. And that's not trying to sound chauvinistic or anything.
And I hear you, but here's my question. If there's somebody that I see that I'm interested in, where's my freedom there?
You have the freedom to tell him that you're interested in. You have the freedom to pursue him and everything. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking for a relationship,
I gotta wait for him.
That's not your decision.
Got it. But I get to decide if we're gonna have sex.
You have the only decision, unless I'm gonna take it. Like if this is not illegal, if we're not talking illegal.
So you decide if we're gonna be together, but I decide if we're gonna be together.
Correct.
Panelists, who agrees with him?
True.
I need
That's
to know.
true. I
Okay,
believe that.
LaWanda, jump in.
You teach it.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Wait. Why you agree with it, LaWanda? Go ahead.
I agree with with it because we can want the relationship all we want to, but if he doesn't want it, then he's not gonna ask for it. He's not gonna go for it.
That's to me, it's a two-way street.
And
He
then
can
you
decide
make
that
the decision.
Listen, I've had guys who are like, I chose you. I'm like, sir, I don't choose you back.
Yeah, you got that right.
And you have that right.
So, but I'm saying, don't we both get a say?
You got to look from his point of view.
But if you're
It's his
saying
perspective.
you're liking, if you're liking him and you're coming to him, it is his choice to choose you.
Right.
And even
You
in
got
dating, dating is not saying, oh, I choose you. Oh, he chooses me. Dating is saying we're getting to know one another and we're trying to figure out if we're going to go deeper. And if we go deeper, then yeah, that's good. But if we're not going deeper and we're staying on this surface, then on the surface, I'm going to talk to other people because you're just on the surface with me. You're just getting to know me. I'm just getting to know you. So I'm not gonna get to know 5 people.
Right.
I'm just gonna wait. So I'm gonna date you, and then other people may talk to me, but I'm not dating them. I'm not going out. I'm not, hanging out.
Dating
like
for
that.
you is going out, but
It's all of that. It's getting to know them. It's going out on dates. It's talking. It's all of that.
Back to Pastor Twan's point, everybody needs to define what
dating is when
to
they're
them.
in it. 'Cause
when you're
yeah.
talking to someone, that's a great question to open up. So what does dating mean to you?
Like, girl, I'm not here to date you.
That's the mature way to approach it.
So go ahead.
And just to piggyback on what you were saying before, and what Yanni mentioned too, I believe that it takes a maturation of just knowing yourself and knowing how do you manage with like the relational wise, because some people you may have peer pressure. The guy's like, oh man, do this and that and this and that, but if that's not in you, you won't be successful, let alone, and you won't, probably won't do it. But then again, on the other side, if you are comfortable and you know your limits, you know yourself, like I said, knowing yourself, come to know yourself. And just knowing your do's and don'ts, your limits, because if not, if you don't define your limits, and you'll just be out there reckless, a wrecking ball, So I think that's important.
You have to know where you are at first. I think sometimes for some people put dating as only one person, and if that's your vice, then you do what you do. You stay in your comfort zone. Some people may be, I date multiple people because I'm trying to get to know people. I'm just going out and having conversations, having a dinner, talking, having coffee, getting to know somebody. So everybody have their own definition. I think it's upon you and your own responsibility to figure out what the person or who the person you're interested in, their definition of dating.
Great. Bridget, go ahead.
So when you say that, so if I only want to date one person, I should then only want them to date me. Because if you're saying that I can only date one, if dating to me is one person, but as I am out here looking and I meet somebody I like and if he don't feel the same way, then
that's your choice.
Yes,
my
your
cue to-
choice, your
okay, so
cue,
either-
because that's
yeah.
your intent. That's your mature way of looking at it. Like, if I know me, I only need to date one person, then I'm gonna look for a person that have the same thoughts and the
Only
same
want to date
ideas
one
with me.
Right.
They want to date one person.
And have realistic expectations.
Right.
Don't, like you said, if I'm feeling you and because I am feeling you so much, you feel like I should just feel like, oh, you feeling me, like I'm feeling like I'm feeling you. Just be realistic with yourself and with your situation.
Okay.
Once
you do that, we got an online question.
Okay,
Go
I just
ahead.
want to ask her a question. I'm not trying to take over yours.
No, go ahead.
But how quickly do you have that expectation of that one man? Because some people get that expectation too quick. Like, don't get that expectation on the first date.
Oh, I'm not one that think you should be one person, but I was just responding to when she
just
said that,
in general, what would you say? How many dates should you be in until you like, okay, that's that one person, like that?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of how I feel after getting to know the person. I don't think it should be instantly. I don't necessarily believe in first love at first sight kind of thing. I do feel like it takes me to get to know you on a comfortable level. And even then, I still have in the back of my mind, like, I don't know if I want to put the. I think a conversation should be had.
Right, definitely.
Before we do that.
That's the point, as Reggie was saying, of dating. You guys are getting dated. You're getting information, so you can decide whether I want this or not. We have an online question. Go ahead.
So, Tiffany Bryce asks, what happens when your feelings get involved and invested in all these multiple people you're talking to?
Okay, I'm married, so I can't answer this.
You wanna go first?
Ask the question one more time.
As it pertains to dating multiple people.
Okay.
What happens when your feelings get involved and invested in all these multiple people you're
So
talking
my first, and I'm so for real. Jasmine Sullivan said, she says, don't forget to pick up your feelings.
Correct.
So in this, and I'm married, so I'm just giving my humble opinion. You can't get your feelings involved in
cannot.
dating. What you're doing is you're collecting data. So I can't be in my feelings off that. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Lavelle, you can start.
All I was gonna say is, if you're dating correctly and you're mature and honest in what you're doing, your feelings not gonna get involved in multiple people, because once you start to develop feelings for the first person, you're gonna shut everything else down. And now I'm no longer dating multiple people. When you were actually, if you're actually dating for the purpose of sleeping with multiple people, that's when all the feelings get involved with everybody else, because that's what you were out there for anyway, and you were lying to yourself and everybody else. So.
Okay, Kay, go ahead.
Well, no, because what if you're getting to know multiple people, like she's saying, right? And you start vibing with multiple people.
So you're gonna wake up on Monday and like everybody.
You're like, oh my God, he does this and that is amazing.
You're gonna wake up on Monday and like everybody.
I'm just
You're gonna go on a date on
I wanna hear
Friday,
this.
Saturday, Sunday, and wake up
Go
on
ahead,
Monday
Kay.
and like everybody.
I'm just saying you can like more than one person.
I'm not saying you can't. What I said is once you start to develop feelings
I
for
might
that
have
person.
feelings for multiple
So you're gonna wake up on Monday and like everybody.
Not everybody, just maybe two.
Okay, so
It
you
could
don't.
have a choice to make.
Y'all help her.
Yeah,
It's
hold up.
based off
Go
of
ahead,
what
Yanni.
they are doing for you.
Oh.
It could be, but here's the thing, like real talk, when you have gone down this journey and you've decided like what you want next, you're like, oh my God, he is so caring, he does this, he calls, he's attentive. And then this other person, like they show up, they do that, and they do that, and you're like, oh my God, I like them
One
both.
is a handyman and the other one is
No,
You
absolutely
just
not.
like the feeling that you're getting when you're around them.
Oh.
It's not necessarily that you want to develop a relationship with them. You just like how you feel when you're with
Exactly.
Leroy and Leah.
Exactly. Which-
Continue to get to know them.
Okay,
Correct.
we'll go. LaWanda, say that again.
Continue to get to know them.
And so to answer her question, it could get difficult because I'm going to continue to get to know them, and now it's like a competition.
So what you're
And
doing
then you
is
make a decision.
here's the deal.
It's always a competition.
You're really putting yourself in that predicament.
Yeah, you are.
Because at the end of the day, we know how to control our emotions.
Absolutely.
When you want to not like somebody, guess what you do? Click, I don't
I
like
don't know
you.
if I want to
No,
not like you because what if you're the one and I
Right.
don't want to miss the one
Right,
because
but
you know
you
I'm
can't-
making bad decisions in the past, child.
If you don't have more than one to choose from, maybe you'll know that that's the one.
Pray.
Okay,
Maybe
I'm
you
sorry.
should only
Go
date one person.
Go ahead, Reggie. We're gonna go to Reggie, then we're gonna go to
Pray.
Darren. Go ahead, Reggie.
So I'm gonna help her because I'm feeling you. I'm with you. Okay. So I feel like sometimes the thing that can help us choose is watching people's consistency. If you're talking to more than one person, and you're collecting data, so you're not in a relationship with nobody. If you check their consistency, someone's gonna be the outlier. Someone's gonna be more consistent than the other if you like more than one person.
They're both game on and
Hey,
consistent.
listen.
That's
I'm
rare.
just saying.
That's very rare.
I'm rare, so it could happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
It's
but
rare, but
it's-
anything is possible.
Go ahead, Darren.
I would say first and foremost, to answer that question, I would encourage use discernment. Because yes, discernment and a lot of prayer, And I believe that's when a lot of things gets complicated. You know, when you get so tangled up in your emotions and feelings, which is what we shouldn't be going off of in the first place. But and then, you know, when you add sex in there, yeah, that just makes things even more complicated.
So
but I would just encourage discernment, and you know, not to get all deep and everything, but the Bible does say, if any man see wisdom, let him ask of it. So
right. So how do you contain yourself from the temptation of going to sex when you're single? Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Y'all better believe we was gonna get to this question.
I think that some of those.
No, the question is, and it's
Numbers just went up.
It's a real question. It's a real question. How do you deal with the temptation to be complacent from not having sex or indulging in those type of deals? How do you do that?
For one, I think you have to, as far as with somebody that you're seeing, the boundaries have to be set.
Okay.
But as far as you have to know you and what you want and what you don't want, and what you can handle. You can't just jump into a relationship and you have not dealt with yourself in that issue.
Your lust.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't just jump into because it's gonna come in because it's gonna come into play. It's gonna come into play. So you have to know yourself and set a boundary.
Anybody else jump in on this? How do you deal with it? And let's be real. We only got a few minutes left, so let's just, you know what I'm saying, open up the curtains, let's talk about it. There is a lust that you have to deal with. And there are people that are single, that's dating, that's been divorced. You've been to the mountaintop. You know what it's like. Oh my God. How do you hold yourself together? Drinking water got to be more than that. So who else? Go ahead, Lavelle. You want to jump in?
I think it's like the young lady to my left just said. You got to know yourself, and you have to be willing to just kind of. Because, like, even with me, I know me. So I know if I meet you in the first 3 months, if anything happened, that's all you are to me. That's it. If we've had sex, if we have sex in the first 3 months, all I want from you is sex from there on out. We haven't built anything. I haven't got to know you or anything like that there. And that's going to be the top of my mind. I'm like, oh, if I need sex, let me call such and such. So if I'm trying to build with you, I abstain to myself. I'm in control of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the captain of this ship. So, I mean, the little head don't run the big head. I tell her what to do and when to do it.
There you go. Anybody else?
Come on.
Go ahead. Yanni, you was going to jump in.
I mean, again, it goes to knowing you. You have to go through that journey of your healing, your wholeness. What is it that you want? I think it also based on if you a believer, your commitment to Christ and your walk. Yeah. You know, so if growing up they said he'll keep you if you want to be kept. Yeah. You know, so you have to understand and make maneuvers around different things. Like if you know John come over, he's smelling good, he got his Tom Ford on and he's looking good and it's 10 and the music is playing, you know that may do something to you. So you might need to tell John he needs to go. You know, it's boundaries you have to set. You have to also have these conversations with the people that you are dating or the person you're dating. You have to have this conversation like my intent is to marry. My intent is to do these different things. You cannot be scared to communicate and to have conversations with a person you're thinking you want to grow with.
Mimi, you want to jump in on this? Just you know, how do you deal with the temptation and how do you stay content with what you're focused on?
Sip your
The mic. Can we fix her mic, please? Praise the Lord.
Somebody online said showers in Jesus. Cold showers.
Y'all in this chat, y'all online, y'all saying all type of stuff. John gotta go. Take a cold shower.
Sometimes you might have to date in groups. You just have to know yourself. You have to have some accountabilities. You have to do things. I think for a moment I served everything that they could possibly. I'm at church. I have an accountability.
I'm serving the Lord.
I'm gonna serve the Lord. Like I'm gonna put myself out of places that I know that I'm weak in. So you have to mature and have those strong conversations with yourself as well as the person you're dating.
Okay, Mimi. You want to chime in on this?
Mimi.
You want to chime in? What? Just help the people.
I do not want to chime in.
Wait,
Bridget, go ahead.
Can you read your question again? Because it sounds like you saying you're in temptation. So what is it?
No, the question is, how do you deal with temptation? Because as a single person, temptation is just there. You know, I think Yanni put it in great format when she said, hey, you got to know yourself. If Luther is your thing, you might not want to have Luther playing. You might want to play whatever your thing is.
Even if I know myself,
okay,
and I'm at dinner and I'm in public, I could be lusting for him at dinner.
Right.
So the thing is, it's not like
That's a good steak, right?
You know, right, right. Like, wait a minute. Right. So I guess the whole thing would be, yeah.
Oh, we almost at 100 viewers. Praise God. Thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, my God. The Lusty Church. Lord have mercy.
My God.
Boy, we started talking about temptation. Oh, tune in, girl. Tune in. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, just being on the flip of that, even knowing yourself, yeah, you do know yourself, even being in date groups and all that stuff, if the desire is there, the fire and desire is there. So, but I do think to avoid it is just to avoid putting yourself in the places where things can go.
Go ahead. Okay, that's what you're going to... Kay, you got something? Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Struggling in a contrary way. That's an old term. Y'all don't... Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Just to piggyback off of that, you know, just know your setups. Watch your setups, you know. Yeah, and it goes back to that discernment. Hey, if you know you are a behind guy or versus a, you know...
Where's this going, Tyrion? Where's this going?
Things like that. You know, if you're going to be...
Things of that nature.
Yeah,
okay.
Of that nature, you know. And you know, you've seen pictures of this person and how they dress and everything else, or you know what type of place y'all going to. You go into the club, all right, you know what's going to be going on. So hey, you may want to just...
Yeah. Go ahead, Reggie. Yeah. And then we'll let Kay chime in. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to throw in there that don't send mixed signals. If you're saying that you want to be kept, but your twin towers are out, don't do that.
Because I want to look good.
But at the same time, come on now.
That's not what that is.
No.
That's wrong.
Hold on. Lavelle.
I feel you. I'm just...
Okay.
Don't send...
Reggie, go ahead, then Lavelle.
Don't send mixed signals, because I'm going to speak for the female to male perspective. Okay, so if a woman is sending mixed signals saying that I don't want to have sex, but she dresses very sexy, a man may take that as a challenge, like I'm going to get her. So don't send mixed signals. I'm not saying that you got to look like Aunt B out here. No. But at the same time,
consider that.
We are, you know, we're sending signals out all the time.
That's a personal
problem. Go ahead, Yana.
That's a personal
This is
problem.
what I'm saying.
We only got 3 minutes left. Lord have mercy.
But if you gotta control your own self.
We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes, and this is what you gonna do.
You gotta control your own self.
Return.
Letting your own man be convinced what it is you want to control yourself.
I agree.
Okay, Lavelle, say what you just said again, please, sir.
Girl, I feel this in my shana now. Look here. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing.
We done added some more people on here.
I'm not telling anybody that you can't dress how you want to dress.
Okay. But
you know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. But you have to be prepared for what's going to come. But you got to be prepared for the attention that you are going to get.
Exactly.
You cannot say.
No.
You cannot say.
No.
I'm like this.
Y'all
You have to be.
over somebody
whoa.
with a turtleneck
Because guess what?
on.
Guess what? It's not even just about lust. Because you know, this is 90% of the time with a female. The issue that you have with the attention that you're getting from how you're dressed is because it's not from the person that you were dressed for. You like a certain person, you put this on because you want his attention. You want him to say something to you. I'm trying to get him. And when he ain't the person who speak to you, and when I say, guess what? Nobody wants your little black self. Why you talking to me? Why you looking at me? Your little dark self.
That is true.
how do we go left?
I'm saying that's what it is.
Yanni,
So-
respond to that, please.
Negative. That's all
Okay.
I got. Negative. Negative.
Elaborate on that,
negative.
please.
No, I feel like, okay, yes, it some points to some dressing and people's intention. However, you can control your own self. Although I may be dressed a certain way, you still are responsible to control your own self.
True.
That's it. That's
But
all
do
that
you
I'm
take
saying.
do you take accountability for the temptation that you may bring to the table?
I've seen some people.
I'm
I'ma
asking.
just
She
say
wants
like
no
this.
accountability.
Hold on. I'm just
I'ma
asking.
I mean, yeah, you have to take some form of responsibility for the temptation that you may be having. I mean, is that the question?
Because what
No,
how
no,
do I
no,
know
not
what your
that.
mixed
Listen,
signal
listen.
is?
Here's the deal. You're going on a date. You guys are dating. You guys are getting to know each other. And you show up looking like, hey, now,
He can get
you
it.
have to have some
That's
type
what you're
of...
trying to say.
No.
She dressed
Trying
like
to
he
get
can get
chose.
it.
You know, I can say him too, because guys got away. You put your skinny jeans on and you put your socks
Or them
in,
gray jogging
whatever.
pants, right?
You
Did
and
you just great sweatpants the situation?
I'm just telling where the people is at.
see, and so you got it.
Zero
A
on the
lot,
clock.
a lot of that is on purpose. Go ahead, Mimi, because you had your mic.
right.
Go ahead, Mimi.
But you said mixed signals. So what do I know what your mixed signal is?
That's
if I
true.
have on nice leggings and a cute top and I'm shapely and you're gonna see my shape, is that a mixed signal? I'm
No,
fully
what
dressed.
he's saying is when you show up.
But that's subjective.
Stop.
you
Don't
ha-
do that.
Can-
You know
okay.
what a mixed signal is. And what he said is when the girl's out on full display. You know, it's a different than
I
having
don't
on a
even think
nice
that
blouse.
always been in a dress. It could be a
Not-
mixed signal in
but see,
actions.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Let's expand this beyond dress, though.
Right.
Okay.
Because you can
Okay.
send
Superficial.
mixed signal,
Right.
and you be like you say, you fully covered. You got on a turtleneck.
Correct.
But if you hot in the,
Right.
Hot in the.
got the hot pocket kind of hot, so
Okay, so Lifeline, thank you guys so much for viewing the. We are out of
See you
time.
next week.
So here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys. We're gonna pick this up next week. So and we're gonna pick up from here.
Before you go,
We're gonna.
I just want to say before you go, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for having me on this panel. As he said earlier, I do have my own podcast.
Yeah,
it's called Opinionated. OPENYANATED. We talk a lot, and this is what we do all the time. So I really appreciate talking to people. I love this type of conversation.
So listen, I wanted to make sure that I plugged that because his podcast is on Wednesdays. And so he gave up his night to come and be with us. And it's his birthday. And so we appreciate you. So here's what we're gonna do. If you can, take 30 seconds, and I just need you to give some good discipline tools to dating. Just a few. If you're single or you're divorced, here's what I recommend, or this is what I suggest. Go ahead. Just 30 seconds if you can.
I would just encourage just to know yourself, who you are in Christ, if you're a believer, and just having, being transparent, with yourself, with God, with your person, who you are seeking, a person of interest, and just be intentional. Whether it's you want to have fun or you're looking for that spouse. Be intentional. Be honest.
Go for it. LaWanda?
I say know what you want and know what you don't want. And if you see what you don't want, run like Forrest Gump.
Wow. Lavelle, you need to say, you gonna say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I would just say be honest with yourself and who you're talking to. Be very patient when you're dating. Do not rush into it. Do not rush into it. Be patient. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And just be true to yourself.
Good. Okay.
Communication. I think you should let people know what you're doing. If you're not interested, then let them know you're not interested. If you're interested, then do that. But communication is super important because as we all sat here and decided, dating means something different probably to each of us. So I think communicating is key.
Ooh, y'all are going in on this live tonight. I don't know if y'all watching these comments, but Lord Jesus. Go ahead, Bridget.
Do not ignore what your red flag is.
Mimi?
Definitely piggybacking on both of those, communication and red flags, and take your time and let people know what your intentions are, because sometimes we tend to go with whatever the person we're into intentions are and forget about what ours is.
Go ahead, Reggie.
I was going to say be intentional, but in addition to being intentional, check character. We let a lot of times we let character flaws slide. So start checking character, because that honeymoon phase is going to fade.
Well, we could have a whole topic on that. But my final words would be to be yourself, be open, be honest, to know exactly what you want, to come to the table whole, not expecting to receive something from somebody else to complete you. I think being honest with yourself and where you're at, honoring God and asking for his insight on your dating process.
Good. Thank you guys so much, Real Talk. Can y'all give it up, online guests? Give it up for our panel. So we're gonna have to come back, because these people on this live, y'all going crazy. We praying for this lust spirit, because this, ooh-wee. Okay, so let's prepare our hearts to give our Wednesday night tithes and offering real quick. Let's prepare our hearts to give. If you're giving online, you know there are 5 ways to give. If you are in the building, you know that there are 5 ways to give. Make sure that you are continuing to sow seed. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys can make it next week, because we're going to get a little bit more deeper. We're going to try to be a little bit more saved. And so, you know, because your answer about lust should have been, I don't have lust. I rebuke that in Jesus' name.
But that's not real.
But here's
the
the
nature part of us. He put that in us. He put that sex drive in us.
Okay, all right. So give your tithes and all. If you need to be saved, you want to give your life to Christ. Lord have mercy. So let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about our updates. We got a lot of stuff going on. Please check our streaming, our online sites, whatever you need to check to make sure that you are in tune with what's going on. Listen. On a serious note, please, let's keep our country. Let's keep Texas, our children, our families. Let's keep them in our prayers. We are living in a world that is unkind. And we want to make sure that we are holding up our country. We're praying wholeheartedly for everything that's going on in our world. Amen. So have everybody had an opportunity to give? Am I missing anything? Okay, that's it. Everybody had an opportunity to give? Amen. If that being all, let's stand and be dismissed. Thank you guys so much online for coming. I hope you guys give us the same energy. Next week gonna be off the chain. Watch. People find out the church people talking about sex. The in-house studio gonna be ridiculous. PC, get ready. We're gonna need greeters and security and everything. Let's pray. Father in heaven, thank you so much for this amazing panel. Thank you for enlightening us, allowing us to have an opportunity to grow in wisdom and knowledge about what it is to be unmarried, to be single, to be divorced. Thank you, God, for the open and honesty of our panelists. I pray, God, that you would continue to give us strength and grace and wisdom as we continue this journey. When we go our separate ways, God, give us your peace. Cover us with your blood. In Jesus' name we pray. Everybody say amen. Amen. Y'all go in peace. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much.